I'm gonna go Trippy on the first game. I think it really comes down to commando, and we saw how effective that commando is, using it to get those opening picks to grab the sniper rifle. I think that's the bread and butter for Trippy right here. I have him taking this first game.
You love to hear it. Well, we're loading right in, so Tony, go ahead and do what you do best, sir. It's live fire, Aquarius, or it's live fire, excuse me.
Well, I've done some self-reflecting, and I've really dug deep. I had a discussion with myself, and I said, you know what, there were no way I can go against the back-to-back land champion. There's no way that I can sit here and go against Trippy, one of the best to ever do it in ones. So I'm switching. I'm sorry, I'm switching sides. Gilkey, I respect you, Gilkey, and I really wanted to see you make it into that January 7th qualifier, but I got my man Trippy. He was waiting for the last chance qualifier. He's taking it. In fact, he's taking it too well.
Your inner dialogue, Tony, you talk yourself in the third person, is like, Tony, we gotta do this, you know what I'm saying?
I actually call myself a big deal, actually.
A big deal, yo, big deal, bro. I heard you saying some wild stuff on broadcast. All right, right at back, getting on the Trippy channel. I'm gonna stay with Gilkey, you know what I'm saying? I think maybe Gilkey drops his first game, but I think Gilkey got a fire, you know what I'm saying? I think Gilkey wants to prove himself in this game, and who better to prove it against than the world champion?
Well, as of right now, he's starting off 1-0. Grabbing himself a couple of spikes, repulsor, and of course that sniper rifle, which we've seen time and time again really dominate here on live fire. Maybe in the early rounds it doesn't come into play too much, but at this level of competition with these professional players, they obviously know what to do with it. But normally you see Gilkey on the tower side with the sniper. He's controlling A side, a little bit different here, Garrett.
A little bit different, but the sniper hits the same body shot to make him one. Trippy gonna have to back down, but look how fast those shields went down. Trippy punishing with this commando. The Texas Mando, man, it hits absolutely different.
Gilkey, formerly of G2, able to flip the map, get that tower side control with the S7 sniper rifle. We've seen him actually caught running with Oxygen Esports. We've seen him running with Complexity in scrims. We have no idea where exactly he's going to land, but we always know that there's a home for Gilkey because the man's one of the best to ever do it in 4s and 2s and even in 1s. The nade goes in, and somehow Trippy able to stay alive. A nade from Gilkey, and even a return from Sender Grenade wasn't enough to take Trippy down. Maybe Clay was right.
Oh my god, jeez. Trippy somehow survived, and now Gilkey's in deep trouble. That commando just shreds through. And now the two remaining bullets of sniper head over to Trippy, tying this game at 1 apiece.
I'm still flabbergasted. I'm in shock and awe right now that Trippy was able to survive while one shot those what looked like well-placed grenades by Gilkey. Ends up earning himself a kill, earning himself the sniper rifle, now having control. Gilkey fighting with obviously less resources than Trippy has, and Trippy the one backing down. Trippy actually swapping out that BR4 commando. You said he's one of the best players in the game with that commando. In fact, I believe you said the best. Let's see what he does as the body shot into Gilkey. Gonna try to close the gap with that commando. You gotta be precise to get the headshot, and Gilkey's still running.
Yeah, I know. I'm confident with that declaration. I think Trippy is the best commando player on the planet.
Damn. Okay.
Gilkey
Better than Renegade?
Better than Renegade. Let me tell you.
Better than Spartan?
Better than Spartan.
Wow.
Who else you got? Come on, Tony. List them off.
Better than me?
Oh, damn. I got to think about that one. Of course he's better than you. Trippy's commando is god tier. I'm telling you, no one can compete with it. The way he hit shots pre-patch Mando, Trippy was already taking heads. Post-patch, Trippy about to get a G8.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little hurt, but whatever, you know, it's your opinion. Thought we were cool. 1-1 tie right now. Commando in the hands of Trippy. We're about to see how good that commando really is. Shredding the shields of Gilkey, and both players gonna decide to split the difference, tied up at 2 apiece. Nobody alive on live fire.
See, did they get the close spawns? Gilkey, where are you? Did they get the same side spawn? Oh no, okay. Gilkey appears from nowhere. He's got a little X over his head. I love that. Gilkey gonna be able to run away with his sniper rifle. Still plenty of ammo left in this thing and a repulse to use. Plenty of utility, but look at Trippy. He goes back to the home base. Gotta get himself a commando in his pocket as Gilkey spotted out the fight.
Did he hit the no scope is a question. I believe he did. That's the
Trippy
reason
gets
why
away.
Trippy's going all the way back with the repulse and little monkey see, monkey do action as they both decide to repulse up, and now they repulse back for the reset here. But it's still Gilkey that has that sniper rifle. 4 shots, 1 repulsor left here. Trippy rotates all the way toward the seaside, not letting go of that commando whatsoever. We're about to meet here. C-Plat commanded by Trippy. Gilkey have a little less space to work with over toward the next side, but he doesn't know that Trippy went right under him.
And doesn't have the timing. And oh, well, Gilkey snaps on. The flick not gonna be enough though. Trippy gets the kill and now has the sniper rifle in his possession. Only 1 bullet to use, but knows that Gilkey's gonna spawn towards A.
It's crazy to me because Trippy's strength is not in the fact that he's just going to consistently challenge over and over again in these 1v1 fights. And even though he normally can win them, Gilkey gonna win, get the best of him on that one to tie up the game. But really, Trippy has that unorthodox playstyle. He can come at you from so many different angles and really throw off your timing, throw off your flow. It's so hard to predict Trippy's movement because he really is one of the more unpredictable players in the league, especially in 1v1s.
Trippy trying to get in an early engagement. Gilkey goes up high to get the better shot. Trippy follows suit. Trippy able to get away once again, using that repulse masterfully to keep his life. Gilkey is able to refill his sniper rifle. Oh. Tough looks.
What goes up must come down, and looks like Trippy chases Gilkey down. Grabs back that sniper rifle, having 8 shots to work with. Momentum in favor. Trippy swaps out that BR for the commando. He's obviously comfortable with it. Can Gilkey equal the odds just a bit? He needs a kill right here, and the last thing he wants to do is give Trippy any momentum whatsoever.
Yeah, Gilkey was in a tough spot with that sniper rifle. Although he refilled his ammo, he never reloaded the gun, so he had to stay with his BR, and his BR quickly ran out. Suddenly he had no utility to use against Trippy, and now Trippy has a chance to really cement himself a lead with a shot of this sniper. But Gilkey is just been resilient with his ability to get these kills when they matter the most.
Like we said, we don't want to see Trippy get too much of a lead and really start to take things out of control, so Gilkey consistently able to keep us close, and no player really able to pop off with that sniper rifle. But if Gilkey can do that, maybe we see him go on that 2 or 3 kill lead. Maybe we see him blow a lead so far in the scoreboard. As of right now, Trippy trying to find any kind of access point. Gilkey spots him quick. Watch your head, Trippy. The second one may not miss. Ooh.
Trippy takes 1 to the body. Gilkey now has the lead. Goes straight for that repulse. The only problem with this play is he's forcing in the tower spawn, and not normally the spawn you want to give when you have the sniper. You usually want to invert this, have the tower control to try to get them towards A. Easier lanes to follow. But Gilkey just has to hit the shot, give himself that 2-kill lead, and suddenly this game is blown open.
Well, keep in mind, you don't have a mangler on the tower side. Is he moving the box? Why? Why was he taking the box with him? Gilkey, I mean, excuse me, Trippy, able to push up over toward the sandbag side. That naked, he bounced right back. No damage done just yet to Gilkey, but Trippy trying to avoid that damage, wasn't able to do so. Once the grunt goes in, Gilkey knows it's time to push and gets himself an easy kill on that one, and a 2-kill lead in favor of Gilkey here, your favorite to win the matchup.
My no good, terrible blueberry nade is what Trippy has to say right there. He thought that chase nade was going to do a great job at finishing up that kill against Gilkey. Instead, the repulse sets it right back at the feet of Trippy, and while the trap card set, Gilkey was able to take advantage, and now Gilkey styling out as he gets close to Trippy, getting his lead to 3. The sniper's starting to heat up.
This might be the biggest lead that we've seen so far in this game. What's been back and forward all game long. Now, Gilkey really started to take command here, and Trippy has to up the tempo. That's exactly what he does. The problem is, he gets the toe shot into the BR. Luckily, the nades able to take him down Martyrdom style. So still a 3-kill game. Gilkey still has control. First one to spawn up. Can Trippy steal away the S7?
Oh, Gilkey with the great drop shield placement, able to eat one of those BR shots and then gets the advantage. Sniper back in his hand, and suddenly the clock playing very much against Trippy in this game. Limited time to come back from a 4-kill deficit.
It was a hell of a play for Trippy to trade out his life with those grenades. Sadly, wasn't able to do it again. So once again, the sniper rifle finds the hands of Gilkey, but Trippy with the high ground finds the back smack, and the sniper doesn't quite fall off the map, which I believe was Gilkey's intent right there. Trippy able to take advantage of it. Down by 3, 2 minutes on the clock. It's not impossible yet. Trippy, you have to get in there.
Trippy thought maybe he had the good enough timing to force that A spawn, but not the case. Gilkey traveling towards that overshield. Did Trippy hear some sort of footstep? Just checking these corners. Here we go. Gilkey throws out that first sticky, able to zone Trippy away, gets the shots down range, throws the lead back to 4, and reclaims the sniper.
And now this is where I really get worried for Trippy right here. You know, you're down by 4 kills. You have a minute and 30 seconds to work with. I was gonna say if Gilkey can try to take as little damage as possible and maybe create some distance between him and Trippy, that could have been great. However, Trippy ends up getting the kill so quickly, bringing us within 3. Now I'm a believer here. And Trippy flying right at him with the curb sliding. Gilkey, the H2 sword lunge, puts him down, and maybe the chances for Trippy to take that game number 1, that might just be it.
Oh, let me tell you why we haven't had a Halo boxing event yet, because Gilkey's throwing uppercuts. Are you kidding me with that? The lunge into the perfect snipe to really put the dagger in the game. Gilkey getting the job done.
I've been trying to tell you, them boys from New York just different. I tell you right now, Gilkey got the Timbs on, and he's showing it right here and really showing out. 30 seconds on the clock. You know it's 8 seconds to respawn, and it's at a 4-kill game. I keep telling you, so it's 8 times 4. That's about 87. I think it's mathematically impossible for Trippy to come back in this game, but he's going in, finds himself 1. Let's see if he can find a second.
Hey, you know, mathematically it was over. Don't give him any more momentum. You know what I'm saying? You hit snipe shots like that. Trippy able to get a little bit momentum behind him after losing game 1. Game 2 gonna be so important. Recharge is the map. Sniper gonna be an impact once again.
New York, stand up. Gilkey taking game number 1 of this best of 3 series, 1 game away from advancing forward to the losers bracket finals and getting top 3 in this tournament. It is coming down to a dramatic conclusion here quickly. Can Gilkey take 1 more, or will Trippy bounce back and force us into a game number 3?
I want to see Trippy relying on that commando a little bit more. He was going BR to BR with Gilkey, and Gilkey just has the better BR shot, it seemed like. Every time they were in those engagements, Gilkey was able to get his way out of those situations. But it was the commando. Whenever Trippy had that commando, that's where we saw the big difference. Right there, Gilkey hits the better BR shots, gets the kill. But when Trippy was able to get that commando, there was nothing Gilkey could do against that gun.
Well, now going into recharge, you know, you got plenty to work with, but not as many commandos as you would expect to see. You know, I don't know if they're going to jade the plasma pistol. Obviously, that could really come into play. Just like the commando got a huge buff, so did that plasma pistol as well. And then camouflage, shock rifle, and plenty of others to play with. What's determined by the gentleman's agreement is really going to determine what's gonna happen here. Is that
so wild?
He was so bad
let's
at that grenade,
that
bro. He was pissed. And one can argue that might have been like a turning point in the game too. Like that, like it's a silly death, but it really was an important one because then Gilkey really started to run away with it from there.
Bro, I'm still that nade took like 3 balances, landed right on the feet of Trippy, bro. Just couldn't do anything about it. Oh man. All right, repulse, grapple, shock rifle, camouflage going to be in play. See Trippy standing on the triple boxes, expecting to push into needles. That's going to be a free camouflage for Trippy. Gilkey not able to hunt him down in time. The camo reactivates for Trippy. gets the first kill and now has a huge advantage in this game. Not only getting the camouflage, but now the grapple and the shock rifle to work with.
Camouflage shock rifle combination gets put to work immediately. Perfect, says Jeff Steitzer, a 2-0 lead for Trippy. But I feel like I've read the chapter of this book before. We saw him go on a lead early in that game number 1, and Gilkey was able to bounce back. Will that happen again here?
Ooh, that pesky battery jumps up just a bit too high, eats the shot. As Trippy regretting that one. He had the perfect reticle placement. Knew exactly where Gilkey was coming from. But the environment plays too much. But, oh, looking for redemption. Trippy uses the YY at the wrong time.
Time and time again, I fat finger all the time. I be clicking that Y instead of the gunshot, but it looks like Trippy doesn't make 2 mistakes in 1 life. Able to finish him off with that grenade, and now things already started to get out of hand early. If there is one good thing to say about Gilkey is that it's still very early in the game. Anything can happen here, but Trippy so far on a 3-0 run.
Gilkey needs to be careful and really not let this game get out of hand. Trippy not comfortable with that position. Knew the nades were going to come in. Repositions. Gilkey tried to play fast, but oh no. It's a shooting gallery for Trippy. Gilkey put on a poster. And now Trippy even influences the spawn. He wants to have this triple stacks position so he can grapple this camo away.
A fire has been lit under Trippy right now. The man is really taking over here on recharge and even getting himself in a terrible situation, able to grapple back out. Goes back in for the reach out. Little unorthodox play right there. Not gonna catch the kill. Only thing he's gonna catch is a plasma grenade right from Gilkey.
Look at this, the camo in the corner. Ooh, Trippy knows it's in that corner. Immediately sends out the pre-nades. Can Gilkey's nade get the kill? No. Wonder if that camo is trapped in that corner. You saw it over there, right? Am I crazy or what, Tony?
Can I get an AI scan 90? Like, we need to find this captive camouflage, which, I mean, either way, it looks like it's not on the map anymore, but Trippy's BR is. And it's still a 6-1 start in favor of Trippy, and active camouflage no longer here.
Yeah, it's just gone.
The Guardians took it.
Trippy gets around this corner, has a massive lead in game 2. Looking to end this one early. If he's aggressive at this shock rifle, can put this one out of reach early on.
Couple warning shots here from Trippy. It looks like Trippy gonna actually rotate all the way toward the tower side. Those nades should give away his position, but Gilkey has to try to cut off some of these angles. Meanwhile, Trippy holding on to the high ground. Trippy has to do the same. Just barely a missed shot by him with the shock rifle, but down to 1 shot Trippy goes. Gilkey still can't quite find an angle to finish him, and those footsteps are allowed. Trippy can track exactly where Gilkey is going just by the footsteps, and Trippy fires off 1 shot, quickly relocates. This must be getting frustrating for young Gilkey.
Oh, but it's a perfect blueberry. The prediction nade is perfect. Gilkey gets the shock rifle in his possession once again. Just 1 shot to work with, but 1 shot is not going to be enough. Trippy being very aggressive, trying to get into the face of Gilkey. Was able to back him down for the camouflage. Gilkey does have the better position to grab that new shock rifle, but he has to survive the onslaught of Trippy first.
Trippy able to get away with that camouflage, even able to put down some damage onto Gilkey. Gilkey not backing down though, really staying over toward the whirlpool side, gets some cover onto the batteries. He wants to fight despite the fact that Trippy has his active camouflage, but Trippy not allowing Gilkey to Spider-Man away from that situation. Gonna Captain America him. 7-2 lead in favor of Trippy. Trippy really trying to send us into a game 3.
Perfect.
Gilkey slides right into Trippy's reticle, made it just as easy as possible. Lead to 6 as Trippy has found the spawn trap. If you stand on triple stacks, you will get that A spawn. And now Gilkey has to be careful because anytime he moves, you have to know that Trippy's ready for that action.
Huge lead by Trippy, not trying to leave anything up to chance. No, because when Gilkey's playing it close, he really can go off at any given time. So Trippy has just been dominating this game number 2. This is not just a game number 2. This is a statement. This is a message.
Oh, what?
As Gilkey gets caught teabagging right off the rip, ends up losing his head immediately. A perfect spawn trap by Trippy, giving him an 8-kill lead. And I was wondering if Gilkey stopped moving, but it looks like he is going to start to move once again. And oh, hold on. What am I seeing? Did he
I think he's saying end the game. I think Trippy's the leader.
He named himself. Yeah, he named him. That is it. That might be him waving the white flag here. Gilkey saying, hey, I've had enough of this. Let's send it to game number 3. Let's send it where it matters most.
I mean, the triangle of spawn manipulation, I don't know what it is. A Triforce in the middle of the map. I want to take a look at those last few kills because of the spawn control that Trippy had, using the triple stacks to force an A spawn, then standing in the middle of Whirlpool and somehow getting that long haul spawn. It's incredible. But we look at this last segment. Gilkey gets the shock. He gets the perfect nade. That's awesome. It's your chance to get back in. But then the well-placed punch, and from here it was over because of Trippy's ability to hit some nasty headshots. Gilkey thrust into the first, stand out towards the triple stacks, force back the A spawn, was able to do that once again. Gilkey goes underneath, perfect shot, but it's this right here. Look at this spot where Trippy stands. Perfect influence. Nothing you can do. Into the reticle at Trippy, and Gilkey, a little frustrated after that Halo Infinite spawn, sends himself to the grave, waving the white flag.
That was a tough one right there. Beautifully played and beautifully broken down by young Garrett here. And now we're going to a game number 3 on Aquarius. We've seen how both of these players are able to control a sniper rifle, control the shock rifle, but there's going to be none of that here on Aquarius. Nothing but your BRs, because most likely we're pulling the heat wave out. Most likely we're pulling the shock grenades out. BRs, thrust, and maybe a camouflage to work with. Aquarius is where we find out who's advancing forward to that losers bracket finals.
No. Trippy said shocks and heat wave, leaving out the pulse rifle. I have a feeling that you're gonna see a lot of that pulse rifle action for Trippy. But one thing to note, nah, he's not that disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? Tony, he wants to win. What I will say though, you're gonna see a lot of commando in this game, a lot of commando and a lot of thrust, and that is the playground that Trippy's looking for to cement his ticket into the January 7th tournament.
Well, my thing is, time and time again, we've seen Gilkey absolutely nasty. He can go commando as well, and he can really take control. We say he has a good shot, so maybe he's able to match Trippy with that commando usage. So, again, I know you said Trippy's the best to do it, but Gilkey's no slouch whatsoever. Let's see what Gilkey does here in this game number 3.
I mean, Gilkey's good with the commando rifle, don't get me wrong. If we're talking about the stalker rifle, he's the best in the game. But we gotta talk about the difference between the Texas Mando and the Syracuse Mando. You know what I'm saying? You have to say it like that, the Syracuse Mando. Because when you're in New York, that Mando not hitting as strong as that Texas Fiber Mando. And you know what? Well, I don't like to bring online into the equation time and time again, but you just have to be aware. It's a little bit different when Trippy's shooting that commando rifle.
Did you just tell me how to say a city in New York?
In New York?
Did you just tell me?
Did you say New York?
Wait, what are you talking about here? Huh? You gonna tell me? You gonna tell me how to say something where I'm from? Yo, I'm mad right now.
I'll make you mad. Last Sunday, Tony, last Sunday, I made a Chicago style pizza too. I'll keep you mad, bro. I'll keep you mad.
Just take it away. I want to talk to you.
Camo for Trippy. That commando rifle still in use. Does he know that Gilkey's directly under? He does hear it. Camo runs out at the worst possible time. Trippy not taking that engagement. He comes back for seconds and seconds too much. Gilkey able to get him on the fadeaway shot. His BR lands the head. First blood for young Gilk.
Hits those shots like a New York Knickerbocker, you know, with his Timbs on. You already know, because I actually know what's going on in New York. I'm not sitting out there in Vegas on a whole different coast. I know what's happening in New York. As Gilkey holding on to the P side, Commando out. Like I said, his Commando can definitely go toe-to-toe with Trippy's as well. So we're going to see how that fares. It might just end up being a battle of who has the better Commando, and we're going to find out here. Trippy, man in the top mid. Right back up he goes, forcing Trippy to back down. Immediately, Gilkey gonna cut him off. Guesses over towards the mid side. Trippy actually extending a bit wider than expected.
Down low, Trippy comes back for the immediate reach out, but 2 for 2 on the gunfights is Gilkey. Really hitting crisp shots today. It seems like he's not trying to lose any gunfight. Or that he can lose any gunfight, to be honest. Gilkey seems to be so precise with his aim today. And Trippy, well, you might need to hit the gym once again, missing some easy chin-ups.
You said we weren't going to see a Needler in play, but as of right now, I see one in the back pocket.
I'm in
Trippy,
fear, baby. I'm in fear of the big miss, Tony.
Ain't no trolley in that one. I'm saying ain't nothing but fake needles about to fly in. But the shots with the BRs was really controlling the gunfight. Gilkey down to one shot.
Oh my God!
Mid, thrust him back, hits him with the fadeaway. I said shooting like a New York Knickerbocker, but a shooting like a Laker. Look like Kobe with that fadeaway.
Oh my God! Sign this man up for the Knicks. They need him. It's gonna be Gilkey and Brunson going down the court. The man can't miss. He's that automatic 3 to open up the lanes. Oh my God, Gilkey looks unstoppable.
What's crazy to me is that, you know, they nerfed the thrust a little bit. He's still able to hit that and even able to bait out that thrust with the Commando shots. Perfect shots into Trippy. No thrust for you, says my man. And you know what? Seinfeld also from New York. Look at that. Look at that.
You know who else was from New York? I'm trying to think of someone from New York. I was gonna say, like, what's a founding father? It's from New York. I was gonna say Hamilton, but that's a little corny. I don't know, man. I'm losing it. Tony, my fake facade's running away.
Oh,
Gilkey. Great
he almost
shots
went downtown like Carmelo Anthony, also from Syracuse as well.
Yeah, there you go. Hey. He was wearing the orange back in the day. Shout out to Carmelo. Was Carmelo the guy that wouldn't go to the bathroom on the sidelines? I can't remember who that one was.
What?
Do you not know that story? I can't remember if it's Carmelo or not. He said, I don't want to disrespect Carmelo Anthony, but there was a guy in the NBA who just like he refused to go to the bathroom, would regularly defile his basketball
we need to go back
shorts.
to Halo, man. It's 4 to 1.
The stench would be too much. You know what I'm saying? Oh my,
What?
Trippy's Mando's back in it.
4-2 lead in favor of Gilkey right now, but it's Trippy the one that has that camo, that Commando, and the thrust. So all of the resources necessary to mount the comeback. Plenty of time on the board, so don't count Trippy out just yet. There's a reason why this man is a world champion. Gilkey has been going toe-to-toe with them, like you said, winning almost every single one of his individual gunfights, but we know how creative Trippy can be.
Gilkey trying to do his best, but Trippy has the high ground, has the advantage. Gilkey's really gonna have to be creative, and this is creative. Getting on that ledge, trying to get a different angle, but Trippy well positioned for this fight. And yeah, Gilkey's just doing his best, but this is really just showing you the difference that height can make in a game of Halo. Trippy has all of the advantage right here. It's gonna come down to pure gun skill if Gilkey wants to get this kill.
Trippy sitting over toward the mid. Still having that Commando out. It's actually Gilkey's Commando. You see the G2 emblem on it. I caught it. My man's using, he picked up the Commando off of his dead body and can't reskin it. So rocking the G2 right now. Don't worry, Trippy. Hey, don't worry, OpTic fans. Trippy ain't going anywhere. Gilkey stuck over toward the back map here. It looks like Trippy will close the distance. The shots go in from downtown. Trippy down to one shot. Gilkey finally comes in. Bang! Gilkey takes down Trippy. That's my basketball commentary.
Hey, I liked it, man. I like the comeback. Or bang, baby. But Gilkey's so icy in those last moments of the gunfight when you have to hit the head. Like, so often We've seen him switch weapons, go to that thrust, and here we go. I talked about it in the pregame. That pulse rifle for Trippy, he loves that weapon, and the early shield break is going to be enough. Trippy getting back into this game. Thrust control for him once again. This pulse rifle might be the X factor needed to take down Gilkey.
Gilkey's consistently trying to put Trippy in these awkward positioning where they're forced to fight in a fair 1v1 gunfight. The problem is that Trippy is so creative and doesn't come at you orthodox. So he's always coming at you from a weird angle, like all the way up above for the flag, over, down, thrusting back. This is not normal timing that most players use, especially at this level. But Trippy, again, one of the most unorthodox players that we have, cuts it within one.
I mean, Gilkey loses that gunfight. That's to be expected, right? Trippy has the camouflage and commando rifle, but the strafe that Gilkey took, a strong left, right crouch up, I gotta respect it, man. That, if you're talking about a non-pro like an AM player, that strafe probably gets the job done. But we're talking about Trippy, one of the best in the game. You're gonna have to do a bit more than that, but promising results from Trippy, hanging on to a 1-kill lead right now. Gilkey desperately trying to get this back to 2.
Said left down, crouch up. I thought you were putting in a GTA cheat code or something. I didn't know what was going on, but still a 1-kill lead in favor of Gilkey. Pulse carbine in hands can be used easily to shred the shields of his opponent. Switch out quick for the BR. That's exactly what he's trying to do, but Trippy creeping up the car side, crouching. Gilkey not really knowing where he is. Again, we talked about those audio cues, which are so important. If Trippy slides on in there, Gilkey will snap right onto that long haul and get the engagement that he's looking for. Trippy is crouching, low Call of Duty style. Meanwhile, Gilkey's the one making all of that noise, and Trippy tracking him through the footsteps. Couple warning shots gonna keep Gilkey at bay, and that's gonna be a stolen camouflage in favor of Trippy.
Gilkey has to be careful here. Trippy's going to be on the hunt with this camouflage. Is Gilkey's eyes good enough? Or Gilkey going to have great time? He got out of the base just in time. Trippy trailing from behind, but if he can just keep rotating like he is, he could potentially outlast this camouflage. The pulse rifle does connect for half a shield. Trippy backs down for now, but still need that camouflage to work with, and the commando too strong.
Big kill by Trippy, once again putting the commando to work. You talked about it time and time again, how strong Trippy's commando is, and you're seeing it once again, tying up the game at 5 apiece. Gilkey getting caught over towards the mid-map. Trippy not having the shields that he wants to work with, so not going to commit to that gunfight, but still keeping him within his sights. Thrust right back into the BR. Perfect, once again, says Jeff Steitzer, as Trippy takes the lead.
The game kind of wilding out for a perfect kill right there. Did he not switch weapons? I guess you get a perfect with 2 weapons, huh?
Yeah. It was a perfect 3-shot with the commando into a 2-shot with the BR. That's
yeah,
math.
Perfect shot. He didn't miss one. That's all we need to know. Trippy finally takes the lead in this game. And now Gilkey having to play on his back foot for the first time in this game 3 against Trippy, who's red hot right now, overcoming such a deficit.
Tom in control, being held by Gilkey at the moment. Trippy did make it towards the blue side, and Gilkey did spot him, so the location being known for both of the players, but it's Gilkey that's taking way too much damage to keep a hold of that top side. So Trippy, who was at a non-advantageous position, now moves into an advantageous one. The high ground in favor of Trippy. We know how strong they can be. Star Wars taught me that. And so did Trippy. A 2-kill lead, 2 minutes on the clock. Gilkey has to come off a spawn, and he needs a kill right here, right now.
Gilkey needs to bait this camouflage. You know Trippy wants to get this one, but if Gilkey hits perfect shots, he can't stop it from getting popped. Gilkey getting aggressive. Doesn't want to let Trippy get too far with that camo. He spots him immediately. Was able to pick up the thrust that Trippy had left behind, so no thrust for Trippy to use at this moment.
Need more of that beta carotene, you know, get the so you can see the camouflage better.
That's a huge misstep. Tony, what a misstep from Gilkey right there. He could have burned a thrust to take that thrust pad at blue. Instead, he left it alone, and now Trippy, not only did he get camouflage, he has a thrust to follow it up with, and Gilkey's in serious trouble at blue utility.
Yeah, I feel like you want to waste those resources, but you also don't want to give up your exact position. That thrust probably would have had to snap onto that location. So, you know, it's kind of trading out one for another. That thrust lives to see another day for your opponent to grab a hold of it, but at least he doesn't know exactly where you are. And I guess that's the trade-off there. But now the trade-off right now, it's a 2-kill game. It's less than a minute on the clock. Gilkey is feeling the pressure. Normally a player that wants to play a more passive-aggressive playstyle has to play aggressive, gets right in there, but the trade is going to be huge by Trippy. With 42 seconds left, and Gilkey would have got away clean. This would have been easily possible, but now once again, Gilkey finds himself down by 2 kills.
Yeah, Gilkey running out of time, 30 seconds on the clock. Start wrapping him. Was able to get that thrust off respawn, but he has no idea the position of Trippy. Trippy has the advantage. First shot goes in. You can't waste too much time. You have to get the kill in the next 5 seconds.
Trippy over toward the high ground. Gilkey trying to get any kind of angle on him. He's looking, but Trippy's out and shot through the heart. It might be too late. Gilkey goes down.
It's just a heartbreaker. A heartbreaker for Gilkey. Had a phenomenal start to this game, but slowly chipped away at that lead, and then Gilkey turned it on at the last hour, was able to establish himself a lead, played the time perfectly, and secured his spot in the finals of January 7th.
I messed up, man. I messed up. Bon Jovi's from Jersey.
Bon
He ain't from New York. He ain't from. I thought I was rapping it into a New York reference, and I forgot Bon Jovi's from Jersey. So either way, Trippy comes out with the win on that one, advancing forward to the elimination finals. And I feel for Gilkey, man. You know, every week he comes in with these qualifiers, has a great attitude, comes in and does so well, and is so close to qualifying every single week. And this time runs into Trippy and plays absolutely lights out. Is really dominant at certain points, especially when it comes to those fair 1v1 gunfights, but still wasn't able to come out with the win here in your last week qualifier. Trippy advances forward. Once again, Gilkey not able to get into the top 2.
Well, grand finals await. Sam Deity, mouse and keyboard legend, was able to stamp his qualifying